The next one is actually one of my favorite creatures, one of my favorite D&D creatures.
The flump again.
No, it's not the flump again. This is the second one of the creatures that I think is heavily lifted from Ocarina of Time, or possibly vice versa. I don't know which came first. I don't know when this monster was added.
Is it Navi?
Well, it's just like D&D's really old. It's from the 70s. It could be, and a lot of games have taken from D&D, so you never 100% know. Like Mind Flayers are in Final Fantasy, but they come from D&D. The Kako Demon from Doom is a trace over of a D&D monster manual book, for example. So this one, I love this. Here's the Galeb Duhr.
Galeb Duhr.
Oh!
It's so cool. This is an Earth Elemental, but it's significantly more fuckable than the elementals we had before.
That's friend-shaped.
It is very friend-shaped. It can literally give life to rocks.
So basically, it shits rocks.
But it also rolls up into a ball and rolls over people. It is a Goron.
It sure is.
Right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
Although I have zero lust towards the Gorons.
Yeah, but Galeb Duhr. I mean, come on.
I wish not to be judged.
I'm going to judge.
At the very least, given they're made of rock, they're always hard and they probably don't have a refractory period.
True.
My concern is what kind of rock are they made of? Because if there's malachite versions of this running around, then we're all in trouble.
I think it's all sorts of versions. Yeah, all sorts of versions.
Yeah, so you got to be careful which kind of Galeb Duhr you're having it on with, or you could really do some damage.
If you had a relationship with the malachite one, it'd be a very toxic relationship.
Did you get a uranium-237 Galeb Duhr? It has Barbie doll smooth parts. What's going on there? Where's the schlong, Jeremy Crawford?
Coward.
I'm going to tweet Jeremy Crawford going, where are all the dicks in the monster manual?
I can explain this. It is wearing stone panties and it's very good at tucking.
It's a dance belt.
That could be true. It is pretty good already at camouflage. When it's not moving, it's indistinguishable from a normal boulder.
It shakes a little bit. The rocks fall off around that area and there's just the giant schlong.
It just unfurls and uncoils. Just a thump as it hits the ground.
Don't some, and I mean, obviously this is not a marsupial, but don't some marsupials have like retracting penises? There could be something like this in their species.
True.
I mean, that sounds likely. I also have a retracting penis. It's called being a grower. I'm pretty sure it's the Neverending Story has a creature made of rocks that eats rocks and goes right at the beginning and is like dropping rocks everywhere on everyone. They're refugees from the nothing.
Yeah, but if it eats me with that enthusiasm.
I don't know if anyone else has seen the Neverending Story, but ooh.
I have.
We were all watching it for the topless women that appear about 3/4 of the way in that have laser eyes, right?
I actually didn't remember about that part until you brought
don't
it up.
remember them? Oh, I was waiting for the punchline to come from like Luke.
It was such a formative time for young Nick. Let me put it that way.
I was just enjoying the awkward silence.
Man, like boobs. Let's make fun of him.
I was starting to think maybe I'd imagined it, and you were all like, "This scene is not in that film."
No, I didn't even think to gaslight you. That would have been much funnier.
We got 2 smashes so far for the Galeb Duhr. I'm trying to imagine a femme presenting Galeb Duhr and trying not to get too hard.
I'm going to assume that there is, outside of the genital situation, there is no physical difference between male and females. I'm just going to choose to assume that this is what they all look like.
Could be, honestly.
Yeah,
could be.
I think they're all androgynous.
And I still would.
Yeah.
I don't need a femme-shaped body. I almost said femme-shep body. I do need a femme-shep.
Ooh, femme-shep.
I actually can't remember why I put contortionist on this thing. I'm looking for the notes and I'm like, what?
Probably for the rolly ball bit.
Oh, that must be it. That must be it. The rolling ball. Yeah. I'm a smash as well. I think this is a great creature. It's one of my favorites. I just think they're neat. Me just holding this potato-shaped rock. I just think they're neat. The next one, though, is definitely not just a guy. It's something I think we've all heard of a bit more, and it's a bit more of classically a monster. But there's different interpretations of this monster that I think it makes it interesting. So we're going to go over to the Gargoyle. So, how'd that get in there? There we go. Okay, so
I was going to say, wait a minute.
Here's the Gargoyle, and it's exactly what you think of. It's those statues on the edge of buildings, right? Except they come to life.
But slow down and speed up.
See, I was thinking of putting in it slowed down on there. I didn't want to put that idea into your heads. I'm upset.
I have a question, first of all. Do the gargoyles in D&D, do they spray water? Are they water fountains?
Oh, you're asking if they're grotesques?
Yeah.
Are they self-looting?
They don't spray water. These are, in fact, grotesques.
I was going to do the whole, They're not gargoyles, they're grotesques. Bit.
The monster manual actually kind of knows that because in the first line they make I think a small reference there because they say the inanimate gargoyles that perch atop great buildings are inspired by these malevolent creatures of elemental earth that resemble grotesque, fiendish statues. These came before people created the statues, and they created the statues in the shapes of these creatures. They lurk among masonry and ruins as still as a statue to try and sort of hide there.
So the takeaway here is that shower aficionados are not going to have their needs met.
No.
Tragic for them.
Technically, the ones that are built at the top of walls, those are technically gargoyles, even though they're not fountains, because they're generally used as a way to block projectiles and therefore have a function on the building.
I don't know, I'm just not vibing on this one.
No.
There's nothing inherently wrong with this gargoyle. I'm just not the vibe.
You're okay with the love torture bit?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm going to post a couple of images in the Smasher Pass chat.
If we're going the franchise that shall not be named route, then yeah, obviously. If we were doing Disney's gargoyles, that's an easy smash. It's just this guy here or something. I don't know. Maybe it is the torture. Maybe it's the cruelty. I'm not sure.
That's the thing, though. Look at those horns. They would make pretty good, quite sturdy handles. Not gonna lie. For either from behind or face fucking.
I feel like the wings are going to get in the way, probably. I just have a feeling that this is a guy who doesn't know how to fuck, but they're putting those wings out of the way.
No. See, what happens is while you're in an intimate embrace, it like wraps the wings around you.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a leg lock, but like more extreme.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's... I said yes because the real gargoyles, the ones that we like, the purple ones.
I think I could hang this gargoyle using those little hooks at the top of the wings from the curtain pole. That'd bring them up almost. You know, I barely have to bend down at that point.
Oh,
That's
I
a
see
thought.
what you mean.
Yeah, just like lift them up.
Hang it up on a pole and bring it up to service level.
Exactly. We're there. We're all about service level on this channel.
I think
I still regret teaching you that term.
Or skydiving. We know what you're like with flying gargoyles.
Shut up. It's slowed down. All right. It's slowed down. We all saw it.
At least in this case, you'll be able to control the speed.
I'm just concerned about how much rigging you're going to have to set up for your kinky BDSM gargoyle sex dungeon specifically for this one position.
The thing that is holding me back from necessarily being a smash, though, is the face. This is its normal face. What is its cum face going to look like?
Even better.
Can't believe you're doing this for superficial reasons, Nick.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare I be superficial in this smash or pass game?
Absurd.
That's right. It also has a good tongue. Look at the size of that.
Yeah, you're right. It does have a good tongue.
And that
You're
fork
judging
could
it
have its
based-
benefits.
Judge it based on look. I'm disappointed, Nick.
I'm so sorry. How dare I be shallow? No, I think I'm going to go smash, actually. Yeah, I think that it's a very good point about the tongue. I could, like, just hook it up. You know, that's great. I think that's real nice.
Fucking monitor or something. I could just hook it up, you know?
Up on the curtain rail. There we go. Lovely.
What kind of curtains you got?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Very heavy-duty curtains. Purely made of stone. We have our first hardness test failure next. Classic D&D monster, though. Like a real classic. I don't think you get much more classic than this. We're going over to the Gelatinous Cube. Classic D&D monster.
Built-in lube.
I mean, yes. Battery acid.
Battery acid?
It will dissolve you.
Dungeon Roombas, yeah.
I feel like slimes do that anyway.
Like, it will dissolve you quickly.
I'm pretty sure there's something along the lines of slime girls where I've seen a slime girl basically melt a person.
That's disturbing, Luke, but explains a lot.
I've been on the internet
You know what?
too long.
Yeah.
Smash.
Huh.
Iris is not in.
It has a lot of positives, but much like eating lava as a snack, you could only do this thing once.
That is true.
I gotta give it a pass, I think.
So a bit about the dungeon Roombas. That's literally, yeah, they just keep moving around dungeons, keep dirt, they love it. And anything left behind, they'll dissolve corpses and that sort of thing. Except bones, they can't dissolve bones. Often the first thing you'll see of a gelatinous cube, gelatinous cubes are actually basically invisible until they move. If they've picked up a shield or a sword, you might see a shield or a sword literally floating in the air. This art makes them a lot more visible than they actually are.
You know what I like about this is that for some reason it can't absorb bones, it can't absorb, I'm guessing, metal, but it also can't absorb shoes.
Just that one shoe. It's really special.
Yeah, just that one shoe.
Yeah, it's leather. It's going to take a bit to digest.
See, no, that's an off-brand shoe made out of leather. It's actually plastic product. It's an off-brand ammonia.
Even when this cube is in plain sight, you've got to pass a check to be able to see it. It is that transparent.
Considering I need glasses, I'd probably constantly fail that.
I couldn't get gratification out of that because I would just be confused about why I was slowly dissolving to death. I can't see it. What's happening?
Just to be clear on the size of this thing, it's 10 foot cube. 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot. It's quite big.
It has 10 feet. Okay, then done. Sold.
And that's where the unique graph paper-based evolution comes from, because that's the only reason it's a cube.
Was it graph paper?
Dungeons used to be drawn on graph paper, so because they would be done as squares, the Gelatinous Cube fits the dungeons that were created in the 70s and 80s.
That
The
makes
monster
sense.
manual makers know that you can just draw squares on regular paper, right?
It was just what was done. People used graph paper for ages. Now people mostly use wrapping paper, because the back of wrapping paper has dots on it. Because you want all the squares to be exactly the same size for the models to fit on it.
If you're going to be making precision planning a dungeon, graph paper is useful.
Yeah.
Oh, I love graph paper. I just think that the choice to have the Gelatinous Cube's evolutionary scale based on graph paper is oddly specific.
It is oddly specific. I love it's the only creature to evolve based on the medium in which D&D is played. Beautiful. Fun fact for those who play games other than D&D, 13th Age has gelatinous shapes of all other sizes as well. They've got gelatinous dodecahedrons and things like that.
Finally,
So what about you,
shapes
Nick?
for the real world.
Yes. For me, I'm not sure. If I can neutralize the acid a bit, maybe if I throw in something alkali, maybe we're talking about,
Be fine.
Otherwise I think I'm a no.
Like a really big cup of jello.
Yeah, just like fucking a big cup of jello, which I would do.
I get it. You throw like a bunch of Tums on the ground as if they were caltrops, and as it chases you through.
Yeah. Pouring behind me Gaviscon and just hoping. But otherwise, I'm worried that my dick's going to get burnt off. And I'm attached to that thing. Literally attached to that thing.
Way to brag
Honestly,
about it.
But also spiritually attached to that thing.
I could take it or leave it.
I mean, that's fair. Who wants to know what that tongue do?
Always me.
Here we go then. The Ghast.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, look at that tongue.
This is Baldo, and I'm here for it.
That tongue has got to be, what, 2 foot long? Like if you start the back of the mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty long.
The claws are a bit weird. They're a bit...
Good for scratchy scratches on your back.
The Ghast is a hardness test pass. It's an undead. It's a sort of higher zombie of sort. Well, not really, but you have zombie, ghoul, Ghast as the sort of hierarchy. Ghasts are interesting in that they are actually semi-immune to the turn undead feature that clerics have, and they actually can provide that to ghouls around them as well.
Also stinky.
Yeah, but Stinky's not the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
They also love eating corpses.
More likely to got a long cock. Also seems to literally have moldy shorts.
Yeah, but those are coming off.
Match, but like reluctantly.
Look at that neck, though.
Elves are immune to the Ghast paralysis because Ghasts used to be elves.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that makes sense.
In the Abyss, Dorisan, the first of their kinds, was an elf worshipper of Orcus. He turned against his own people and feasted on humanoid flesh to honor the demon prince of undeath. He was transformed into the first ghoul initially. He served him faithfully, but eventually the elven gods took pity on him to help him escape. So since then, elves have been immune to ghouls and Ghast's paralytic touch.
Also, look at
So,
the
yeah.
neck. It's just like thick as fuck.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Yeah, I'm getting like Baldo / skinny venom just all together.
I get that.
Yeah, I
There's-
can see that.
You can imagine this guy doing a real fucked up voice in a Chris Nolan movie you can't fucking understand, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't do the voice, but if he came up to me and did the voice, I'd be like, all right, let's go.
This has big Tom Hardy's about to unhinged roles on the screen.
Those are the only ones I want to watch.
Yeah, he either does like the most milquetoast shit, or he turns around and he's doing something that you can barely understand his accent, but he's also fighting for his goddamn life in the acting chair. I personally am...
You know you want it, Nick.
I'm a smash, but we can't get dinner first.
That's fine. Just have a quickie in the parking lot.
This is definitely a parking lot quickie.
Big important question here. What parking lot?
Tesco.
Yeah, I was saying
Waffle
fucking Tesco's, Denny's, you know.
Waffle House parking lot.
Waffle House.
I mean, I was leaning towards Tesco, but what do I know?
I'm going Tesco just because it's closer. I'm lazy. I'm not flying to America to go to a Waffle House.
I think I'll go for probably Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's. Upmarket.
Oh, aren't you
Yeah,
fancy?
Sainsbury's car park.
Oh, too good for the Tesco car park sex.
None
I mean,
of
the
these
last
are
time I had
actually
car
real
park-
shops that they're mentioning.
This is a little fuck. This absolutely is a little fuck. Fucking a Ghast in the John Lewis car park.
So, like, hang on. Question.
Take it.
Yeah,
What is your, like, sort of medium to high-end grocery store?
probably something like Sainsbury's.
Okay.
Or Morrison's would be medium to high end. As you get more high end, then you're looking at like Waitrose, Marks and Spencer's, and stuff like that. And that's pretty high end on the that's like the most expensive.
If I was to
Then
say
in that
like
case, I'm with
medium
Luke
to
on the
high end,
Sainsbury parking lot.
if I was to say like medium to high end store, I'd probably say something like Whole Foods.
I would fuck a Ghast in a Publix car for those Florida based. Would we fuck in the co-op? Me and the Ghast in the co-op. Yeah, actually probably, yeah, because if they are always hungry, we could then hit up the bakery afterwards.
Me and the Ghast, but it's in the Buc-ee's car park.
What is Buc-ee's? It sounds like it's like a themed restaurant.
Buc-ee's is a Texas-based gas station that is known for being outrageously large and having a lot of really good food.
It's outrageously large and it's in Texas. You're kidding me.
Impossible.
It's a gas station that makes and sells hot pulled pork sandwiches in shop.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, I've heard of this. It's meant to be like really nice. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I would love to go to a Buc-ee's. That's probably the only reason I ever go to America. Because I want to go to this one gas station.
Well, just
It's a
gas
shame that-
station tours.
It's a shame that all of them exist on the other side of Texas from me.
Oh, no.
What you have to do is you have to road trip to like every Wawa along the way and then stop at the Buc-ee's at the end to get what you really want and then Wawa your way back.
While on my way back.
You realize that driving just one way across Texas probably takes more time than it would take to do an entire round trip from the tip of England to the lower tip and back.
Yes, I'm Canadian. It takes us 47 days to cross the fucking country.
We're all condensed. We complain about a mere 3-hour commute.
If I want to see anything on this rock that I'm living on right now, I have to drive a minimum of 3 hours just to see the scenery change.
I think we're done with the Ghast because we've decided that we would indeed fuck in every car park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every car park. Let's go on to the next one, which is another undead, but a lot more attractive, in my opinion, anyway. I mean, you might disagree. It also depends on, what you're into. But let's go to the ghost. And I've only just noticed this because the art is now much larger. I've never noticed that the throat is cut and the head is severed.
Oh.
That is a little detail I've never noticed in the art for that.
Yeah, that is a nice detail.
I hate to say it, but this is just a person.
Oh, but no, it's not.
Wood.
It's not.
It's
Because
a dead person.
ghosts can possess
Even
you.
better.
Which is what the fourth point is for. Imagine, right? You smash and then you're like, I gotta go to the DVLA tomorrow and wait in line. And then the ghost just enters your body and does it for you.
I was going to say, because the fourth one is ages you.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Are you not old enough to go to the DVLA and get your driving license? Yes,
All the
exactly.
strains of life already age me, so I might as well get laid.
Is that an involuntary thing or something it actually has to try to do?
It has to do something. So it has a horrifying visage, like many creatures, but this specific version ages you 1d4 times 10 years.
It's just a regular workday for me, so yeah, smash.
So on average, 25 years.
Sounds about right.
Oh no, sorry, that's not something they have control of. It just happens.
I've read enough hentai with ghosts in to say, smash. I know how much fun you can have.
Look,
with ghosts.
I'm just thinking about the possibilities here. In a dom sub relationship where it's the dom, it could possess you and it can make you keep going far beyond when you're ready to give in.
Sure, I mean, we've got to assume consent.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, yeah, that's why I say like in a
Consensual
dom sub relationship.
There is a Johnny Silverhand scenario here that potentially could happen.
And sold.
I think you are still aware of what's happening when you're possessed. Like, imagine they possess you and masturbate. They possess you and go skydiving or something like that,
Did you find my AO3 page? What is happening here?
So, that seems pretty cool.
Hey, I'm here for it.
It has to be a humanoid, but, bring a third. We could all have fun here. If you need a corporeal body to get off.
Like a peasant.
Like some kind of peasant. Yeah. So we got smashes across the board. I'm obviously smashed for this. Like,
Yeah, I'm smashing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Indeed.
Hell yeah. This is just exciting.
Also seems to hold a lamp.
So we've had the ghost. We're going to go on to another version of the Ghast. They're right next to each other. The Ghoul. This is again the same sort of origin as the Ghast. So cannibal elves.
Big different energy, though.
Yeah, slightly different. Slightly different energy. Not got that tongue.
Yeah, if it's going to look at me like that and gnaw on me, I'm going to have concerns.
Yeah, same.
The eye contact is a bit unnerving, isn't it?
Honestly, just leave this man on Reddit.
I thought you said on red for a second. It took me a moment. I thought you were ghosting the Ghoul, but no, yeah, just leave him on Reddit. This is a pass as well, which really shows the difference, the only thing we need is a long tongue. That's what we want.
Yeah,
Apparently,
you could put long tongues everywhere.
I can lie and say it's about the eyes, but no, just what that mouth do.
Yeah, what that mouth do? It's important, right? We're no strangers to sound. You know the rules, so do I. We're going to go to one that confuses me now.
I mean, don't take much.
Because the monster manual has a lot of giant versions of ordinary creatures. I've skipped over most of them because they're not all that interesting. The giant ape, the giant badger, the giant bat, the giant boar, the giant centipede, the giant constrictor snake, the giant crab, the giant crocodile, the giant eagle, the giant elk, the giant fire beetle, not fire beagle, that would be interesting. Giant frog, giant goat, giant hyena, giant lizard, giant octopus. But this one is different from all of the others. Because all the others are giant versions of the same animal, but they are basically that animal but larger. The giant owl isn't, because it passes the Harkness test.
Oh?
This is a really confusing thing. Like, all of the other ones are just giant versions of the same creature, but the giant owl understands Common, Elvish, and Sylvan, and it speaks giant owl.
Giant owl, giant brain, big brain energy.
Okay, so here's the thing. I would say smash, but as I have learned, if you just keep smashing, you'll smash too much. You'll keep repeating the same line over and over. And you have to go through the whole tutorial again.
God damn it. Definitely a pass on the giant owl. This is a large creature, so about 10 feet tall. It'll speak to you. It guards forests. It befriends the Fae and the elves and other sylvan creatures.
Also, like, it probably speaks like this, and that would get annoying.
Oh, yeah. If it kind of talked like that, or maybe sounded like Keir Starmer a bit, that would be a problem. I sounded like Peter fucking Griffin doing that, but that's not the voice I was trying to do there. I don't understand this. I don't understand. I counted it. 28 giant versions of normal creatures in this book. This is the only one that can speak.
It's a Legend of Zelda joke. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just a talking bird. If I wanted that, I could fuck a parrot. And I'm not going to do that because it's not good for the parrot.
Like, I guarantee the only reason this thing can speak and pass the test, what's its intelligence and wisdom scores?
8 and 13.
Yeah, I feel like this whole thing was just, it's the owl from Legend of Zelda.
It might be. I think giant owls being like really intelligent is something that possibly predates Zelda. Like, that might be an original thing.
I don't know if it's original, but this thing with like big smart owls is just in fantasy fiction and it goes back a good ways.
I think I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I'm going to pass.
I'm going to pass because this is just an owl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was an owl girl or a bird girl, then yes.
The owl looks a bit concerned about this. If it has resting, I'm not sure about this face. I don't want to smash.
Resting warrior face.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like it's constantly seeing horrible things on Twitter, but like it refuses to put down its phone.
It's not doing anything for me. So we've previously had a lot of just a guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Iris, how about I sell you on this? It's not just a guy. It's just like 7 or 8 of them.
Okay. No, continue on.
The Gibbering Mouther.
Just 7 or 8 guys in a trench coat.
It is just 7 or 8 guys in a fleshy trench coat.
In a fleshy trench coat.
These are Harkness failures, despite the fact that they have mouths and eyes and are made of actual normal people.
Ooh, I think there's like 3 of 4 of these that would make me smash. Never shuts up. That sounds like a challenge. Probably an impossible challenge because all the mouths can make a bed-like surface anywhere. Comfy, great. We'll spit in your mouth. I like that shit. We'll eat you alive. Not so much.
Yeah, so let me go over a few of these with a bit more detail for you so that you can decide. When a Gibbering Mouther senses prey, its mouths begin to murmur and chatter, each with a different voice, deep or shrill, wailing or ululating. That's hard to say. Ululating, crying out in agony or ecstasy. This cacophonous gibbering overcomes the senses of any creature that hears it, causing most to flee in terror. Others are overcome with madness or stand paralyzed, fixated on the horrific creature as it oozes forward to consume them.
I just feel like I'm going to end up saying, sorry, babe, I've got a headache a lot if it never shuts up. Yeah, I think it's a pass for me.
First of all, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
When it moves, it actually bites the ground and pulls itself along with its teeth.
Aww.
The answer now is I wouldn't begin. That's horrifying.
Yeah, we don't know what's on the ground.
Well, the ground is a bed-like surface thanks to its aberrant ground feature. The ground in a 10-foot radius around the Mouther is dough-like, difficult terrain. Each creature that starts its turn in that area must succeed on a strength saving throw or have its speed reduced to 0.
Well, I stand corrected.
These are horrific. These are very much, the thing. Some Pete Cronenberg going on here.
Well, like the Drake Cronenberg?
It has a blinding spittle, so it fires a chemical glob that explodes into a blinding flash of light on impact. It's driven to devour any creature it can reach. It flows over its victims that are transfixed by its mad ranting. Multitudinous voices temporarily silence as it gnaws and swallows the living flesh. The monster liquefies stone, and as it eats you, it leaves nothing of its prey behind. However, even as the last of the victim's body is consumed, its eyes and mouth boil to the surface, ready to join the chorus of tormented gibbering that welcomes the monster's next meal.
Yeah, the gibbering is just a deal breaker.
It's fucking metal as hell, though. Holy shit. Imagine running one of these.
Oh yeah, it's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Are we
I
allowed
don't
to
like
remove
it.
its teeth?
Is it ethical to remove the creature's teeth?
No.
No, I don't like that question.
I think that's unethical, and we're all about ethical loving here. That's why we mentioned Harvest Destiny.
That's some
It's fine. I'm
Underdark shit is what
okay
that
with
is.
teeth. I'm still going to smash.
You're still going to smash, you're going to risk it.
And would give a bag of smash too as well. They look like they could use it.
This thing could probably just like crawl up my ass and bite me on the inside. One,
It's fine.
that doesn't sound great, but two, I'll try anything once. So I'm also a smash.
This is how that
I
rumor
am
about Richard Gere
disappointed.
started. Be careful. Brave. I'll respect it.
I hope you are happy, Iris, that this is not just a dude, though, at least. Because the next one is... the Gith. We all know these from Baldur's Gate. I'm including, by the way, the Gith Zerai and the Gith Yankee in one here.
I thought I misheard you for a minute, and I thought you said GIF.
No, the Gith. The Gith are something else.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
actually, Luke, I think it's Jeff.
The GIF.
No,
the GIF
that...
of the graphics interchange. Exactly, the graphics interchange
Well, you
format.
see, you're saying this, but there is actually a monster called the Gith. Giff. Well, a person, actually. It's another dude.
Don't you mean the GIF?
Well, that's the thing. It specifically says on the stat block that 50% of them pronounce it Gif, and often they go to war about how it's pronounced.
I love that.
I'm in the camp that Lae'zel is the hottest character in Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, even harder than Karlach, who is literally on fire.
Oh, my girl.
Lae'zel is number one in my heart.
I'm falling into the it's just a guy category. It's just a person. I love the fashion, but I would not go out of my way to throw down with this person.
They are psionic, so they can cast spells with their mind without needing to like shout anything. It just happens. And as I say, they are sort of split into two groups. There's the Gith Zerai and the Gith Yankee. The Gith Yankee, the ones everyone knows from Baldur's Gate. The Gith Zerai are monks, a monastic order, and they are at war with each other when they freed themselves from the mind flayers. By the person who freed them was a Gith named Gith. And they've named themselves after this person since then. It then split into two possible ways, because Gith then died, whether they followed, I think it was Zerai, Zerthamon, and there was Vlaakith. And one said is evil and one is not.
So the important question here is if I'm gonna fuck one of these, are they gonna give me that history lesson before I get going?
Absolutely not. No, they will just spit in your mouth and call you a coward. If they're a Gith Yankee. If they're a Gith Zerai, they'll probably meditate and give you flowers or something.
The Gith Zerai are not
Oh.
good. They are lawful neutral.
Yeah, which is good enough. Most people are neutral.
Just good enough.
Most people are neutral. There are very few actual, good people as far as alignment goes.
I mean, I was gonna pass, but if they're gonna spit in my mouth and call me a bitch, then maybe.
That just makes me want to smash more.
Also, depending on who you go with, you could be fucking in some pretty interesting areas. The Githyanki live in the astral sea. So that's the astral plane, the plane of where your brain goes when you're not when you're asleep. That's the dream heart. But it's sort of where when you astrally project, you go through the astral sea. But it's also a place you can get to through portals, and is also where dead gods live and things like the astral dreadnought. And they sail around like pirates on the seas. And when you're on the astral sea or the astral planes, it's a little complicated as to why they have two different names. I don't want to get into that. You have a constant tether between you on the astral and your real body, which is always on the material plane. Those silver swords they've got can sever that connection and kill you instantly.
I'll risk it.
Yeah, smash.
There are actually a couple of interesting bits about the Gith that are relevant to this discussion. First of all, their reproduction process is that they lay eggs and then fertilize them in acid pools, which means you don't have to worry about protection.
True.
They have sex exclusively for pleasure, and they have it very often.
True.
As some people would describe, ridiculously insatiable in bed.
I've mentioned where the Githyanki are. That's the astral sea. The Gith Zerai are in Limbo. Limbo is a plane that is the conjunction of all four 4 of the elemental planes. So you have air, fire, water, and earth roiling over each other in essentially chaos. And they have carved out these ordered spheres, these gardens within Limbo, where they live and watch the elements swirl around them.
Yeah, give me this Doctor Strange shit. I'm on board. Let's go.
Yeah, the Gith Zerai are pretty interesting. They don't show up that often because I think the Gith Yankee are a little more interesting because they ride dragons. They hunt mind flayers because they used to be enslaved by the mind flayers, and they hunt them from plane to plane riding these massive red dragons. But, you know, their leader is an evil lich queen, so it's a bit, whereas the Gith Zerai has adopted a meritocratic sort of thing.
One thing I've always found very confusing about the Gith, they lay their clutches of eggs and they fertilize them in acid pools, and that's where they spend most of their adolescence. They are not acid proof or resistant as far as I remember.
Let me double check. Yeah, no, not at all.
Making sure they're born tough.
Yeah.
If you survive the acid baths, you're good enough to be one of their warriors.
They're not even built different. Yeah. I'm a smash on this as well. I think we're all smashes for this. Yeah. Who's not happy about this? Like, come on. Absolutely
I
superb.
mean, with them being dunked in acid, probably they're not happy about that.
They're just using the wrong kind of acid.
No, the weird part is the acid is required for the egg's fertilization.
Yeah.
Which is especially weird that they're not at least acid resistance. Come on.
Yeah, it raises some real questions, doesn't it? Thank you for joining us in our titillating journey through the Monster Manual. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit like and let me know in the comments down below which monster you find most irresistible. And hey, if you want to see us crack through more hot stuff like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, shame on all of you and, most importantly, shame on me.